and welcome to another episode of Skyblock with me, Batty. As I mentioned in the previous episode, I am in need of a source of sand, and in Skyblock, as I'm sure I've mentioned several times before, you actually get sand from husks. So this episode is all about building me a husk farm, which sounds a lot easier than it actually is. So let's take a look and see what happened this episode when I try and do something simple like build a husk farm. Yep, here I am over at the desert island. I think it's about time I got myself a renewable source of sand, so let's not waste any more time and let's get a husk farm up and going, shall we? I started by mapping out the desert biome. Husks only spawn in the desert, so this will show me exactly where they can spawn. Okay, so I know that there are a lot of people out there that are actually trying to move away from using light matter. I still like to use it because I know exactly what I want my build to look like, and I don't want to spend for ages like faffing about trying to get it looking that way. Now, the other good thing about light matter is that when you put your schematic in the world, you get a box around it, and this is helping me see that actually I think I want this build even higher, so I might actually move it. If I didn't have that box, if I wasn't using light matter, I wouldn't get a good sense of where my build is going to be in the world. The very top of the husk farm, where the husks are going to spawn, needs to be open to the air, so I can't build anything on top of it. So the top surface is the very top of the design that I have in mind. I haven't actually designed it yet, but I've got a good idea of what I want to do. I know what the theme's going to be. I just need to hop into a creative world and design it. But using light matter helps me visualize where in the world my builds are going to be. Now, this husk farm is a repeat of the design I've used for my mob farm, which is underneath the main island. Obviously with the exception of not having a roof to allow the spawning areas that all important skylight. The other modifications I have made are to add trapdoors around the top of the glass walls to stop spiders climbing out. And I've added a mob filter which sends living mobs like creepers, spiders and witches into the void or onto the platform I haven't yet removed. There we go. And the dead mobs like zombies and skeletons down the killing chamber. This filter is from Logical Geek Boy's Copper Farm and uses the floating mechanic to separate out the living and dead mobs. Living mobs float and are pushed out of the farm by a water stream, while the dead mobs sink and fall through the hole into the killing chamber. My first piece of organic sand, organically farmed artisan sand. That's yeah, one piece. I've only been here for less than that, maybe 2 or 3 minutes, but it's a bit slow. Right, folks, so I've built this husk farm. It doesn't work particularly well because look at my Y coordinate up there. I'm stood at Y level 130. The spawning platform up there is at Y level 166, I think. So I am very high up in the world, and that's because the design I want to put around this husk farm goes up very tall. It's a very long and tall tower. Now, the problem I have is that the higher I build the farms in the world, the more rubbish the rates are going to be. So I want quite a lot of sand, and I'm not going to get quite a lot of sand. Well, I probably could, but I'd have to stay here forever, and I haven't got forever to sit up here AFK at a crappy husk farm. So I've spent all this time building this husk farm with a clever little mob filter on it and all that kind of thing, and it does work. I can't say it don't bloody work, because it does work, but it's just not very fast. So what I might do is just do a bit more research and see if I can come up with a husk farm that does have better rates. And maybe I can build that, but I have a horrible feeling I'm going to have to go all the way down to the bottom of the world to make sure I get good rates, because at the moment it's more important, I think, for me to be able to get some sand, a lot of sand, and then maybe I can make things pretty later, or maybe I just have to leave the top off of the tower and then they'll have access to skylight all the way at the bottom of the world, and I don't know. I'll figure it out later, but yes, here is another example of learning as we go along. That rates up high in the world are rubbish compared to those at the bottom. That's hours and hours of work just gone, just undone, just like that. You guys have probably seen it in a matter of seconds, but yeah, that's a good couple of hours of my life just gone. Yeah, next job then, let's just stop whinging over that and just crack on and get all the way down there and start building again. But yeah, might not be a particularly good idea to do it just as the sun is setting and things start getting dark, because not entirely sure when the last time I slept was. I have put down a bed, so let's go and sleep the night away real quick, just so that we can just get to building in a more civilized hour. Hey. It was a bit weird, wasn't it? Don't quite know what that was. What a horrible dream. Yeah. It's left me a bit shaky, really. But, what was I doing? Oh. Yeah. The husk farm design I have found comes from Paz, and of course it is linked in the description. This farm uses villagers trapped in boats to lure husks from a spawning platform up some stairs and into a killing chamber. To refresh the hostile mobs and make sure the supply of husks doesn't run out, There's an AFK minecart ride that takes the player far enough away from the farm that mobs despawn and then fresh mobs spawn in again as the player gets close enough. To try and boost the efficiency, and frankly because I'm quite greedy, I've added 3 sets of stairs to 3 villages, and I've made the stairs wider than 1 block to try and avoid a bottleneck or conga line of husks that would just end up despawning. Typically enough, the desert biome chunk looks like it's also a slime chunk. Marvellous. Thankfully I don't think they can reach the villagers, but I don't want to take any chances, so I built an iron golem on the opposite side of the platform with the hopes of luring them away. So far so good. Time to save the all-important dead bush and remove the desert island so that the skylight can reach the bottom spawning platform. Time for testing. The rates seem better, but yeah, my slime luring golem is luring more than just slimes. They're luring quite a lot of zombies and husks away from the villagers. I don't think my golem's going to last very long, as they're also attracting skeletons. And that skeleton's just aggroed a creeper. Great! A valiant effort, Iron Golem. Well done. So without the help of the slime luring golem, I put up some walls to stop the big slimes getting to the villagers and blocking the stairs. The AFK minecart ride was a straight line and was a little too quick, as the husks would despawn in before they had a chance to make it to the villagers. So I modified the ride to slow it down a bit, and it works a lot better now. And if villager hunting slimes and the death of our poor slime luring golem wasn't drama enough, then check this out. I accidentally created a cod farm while I was making a bubble elevator. I found some magical flying squid. I've seen this bug and glitch before, it's just really funny, makes me laugh every time. And it would seem the dolphins just can't take any more of my over-explaining things. And if that wasn't enough, this happened. Watch the naughty zombie in the gold leggings. I watched the replay footage back and found that where the walls of the killing chamber connect to the platform the villagers' boats are on, there's a little sticky outy bit. Literally 1 pixel! With his mate shoving him, Gold Leggings here was able to get a foothold on that pixel and hop over the wall. So, while I set my villager curing, I went and fixed the problem. He's still legless! And after some more testing, let's see how much sand I got. I still see spiders. And 1 husk just chilling. Why haven't you... Hi! Could you, do you mind? Why won't you step off? subscribe doesn't mean you get to make friends. Please walk off, please walk off, please walk off. You! Look at it. It's another one. Oh. How much did we get this time? Holy oh no, we had 7, didn't we? Oh, that's interesting. It's like 1 bit of sand difference. So each night I get a stack and 7 or 8. A stack and a bit per night. That's not bad. Well, that's it for another episode, folks. I finally have a husk farm. It took a fair bit of trial and error, but with a few tweaks, it's up and running and supplying me with lots of lovely sand. And that dream was a bit scary, wasn't it? I think while I'm here by the nether portal, we'll just maybe peek into the nether and make sure everything is okay, because that was kind of creepy. The sky's alright. Seems like the nether's not on fire after all. That's good. There's a start. What's down here? Henry? Yeah, what do you want? What, little dude? Oh, the best buddies, look. Well, everything seems okay on this side, so I guess it was all just a really bad dream. Hopefully next episode we can have a nice peaceful time of it. I am desperate to make some more progress on the main island. So until then, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, friends.